Hello and welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bytes. We are shooting episode 119. Today is Friday, 22nd October. So we are shooting our Ask Weekend Investing round number 16. In this series of Q&A, we take up queries from our users. In fact, from anybody on Twitter who tags our Twitter account with Ask Weekend Investing hashtag. And we try to answer these queries. And all these videos are then placed on the Weekend Investing Hub and FAQs made out of these Q&As. So a lot of this content is already available. 15 rounds are already available on the hub, and we'll go through today's round as well. But first, let's take a look at the markets. So this week has been a red week. Markets failed to find their feet and reverse the fall that we've seen since the beginning of the week, and today was the continuation of the same. Metal stocks and commodity stocks took a good beating along with pharma, IT, FMCG, practically the entire market except banking that has been strong since many days, and real estate stocks also came back up today. So it seems like this is a regular profit booking scenario. It doesn't look like everything is falling down, but it is shaking out a lot of the hot money or the high leverage that may have come in the last few weeks. And it will also shake out a lot of weak hands from the market. So always, if you are investing in the equity markets, please come in for the long term, because in the short term anything can happen. If you are coming in for the short term, take a trading view, have stops ready, get out if it is not going in your favor, but don't make a trade into an investment. That is the worst decision that you can make. So the week has turned red. The last month is also turning red on several sectors. Let's see what's happening in our portfolio. So on the indices, Nifty Next 50, which is large caps from 51st to 100th market cap, dropped the most at minus 1.39%. Small caps at minus 1%, mid and small caps at 0.8%. Nifty also dropped at 0.35%. So again, a red week there. And weekend investing small cases also were no different. MI25 losing 2.89%. MI50 at 2%, so deep cashes here. MIMT Allcap for the last 2 days, today and yesterday, has not dropped. And that is all only because of one stock in that portfolio which has hit 20% circuit on both days upwards in such a market. So it shows you the power of one stock to, even in a 20 stock portfolio, to hold your portfolio in a bloodletting market, or could be the otherwise also. If it was down 2 circuits down in a up market, that could have balanced out all the other gains. So we are not complaining on this one. This is definitely a very good sign that there is a counterweight there. Let's see how it goes forward from here. So let's go to the topic of the day and the questions. So we are shooting some of the questions from the last episode. In the last episode, we lost some audio in the end, so we are taking some of those questions again. So DJ is asking, is it possible to publish a proxy, perhaps an index or high, medium, low for strength of momentum being experienced in each of the small case? So DJ, this index is already available on the Weekend Investing Hub. If you go to the content section, you will be able to see a query on the index levels, and that has a link to a Excel or Google sheet which has a daily index that gets printed for each of the strategies and the underlying benchmark. So this information is already available. Let me just see if I can quickly show you that also. So let me just go here, Weekend Investing Hub. So let's go to the rightmost library here, and we'll go to support content, and this live index series under support content and item number 18 here, if you will click that link, it will give you the index series for each of the strategies right from whenever they were in inception, and you can see that it will be updated till the last day today. So the index series is already available. Let's go back to the presentation. Okay, next question is from Financial Guruji. Has the weekend chat with investors series discontinued? It was useful to hear. No, it is not discontinued. In fact, we are shooting 3 or 4 interviews tomorrow. So they should be released in the coming weeks. So it's not at all discontinued, but it is a bit erratic depending upon the time availability of the users who wish to be on the line. And if you wish to be a part of the chat, please send us mail at support@weekendinvesting.com, and we'll try to accommodate you in the following episodes. Next question is from Himanshu. In all your momentum-based strategies, how do you filter out junk, fundamentally weak scripts? What is the untouchability criteria? Can we have some reference for each product? So we have some red flags checks that we do. That is also based on whether they are in ASM, GSM category, whether they are currently on a circuit up or down, whether the promoter shareholding has crossed certain limits. So these kind of checks, basic checks are there, and if there is any red flag from the regulator or the exchange, etc. So those red flags are there, and of course beyond that there are price, volume filters, etc. so on and so forth. Next question is from Mr. Mohan Krishnan. I could see CAGR metrics used predominantly in Smallcase. Is there a plan to include XIRR? So Smallcase is working on a XIRR tool. However, we have provided several XIRR tools on the Weekend Investing Telegram channel. You can also find them on the Weekend Investing Hub. So please make use of those tools. They are very easy. Only you need to be putting one input every week, and you'll get your XIRR. Next question. Okay, so congrats on 150k followers. Thank you very much. Can you make a DB on pyramiding technique? It would be useful to a lot of us. I can try doing this, but it is very difficult because I have myself never done pyramiding, although it is supposedly the best thing you can do if you're trading, but it requires a very disciplined position sizing approach as you pyramid up, and it requires even more of a agile exit in case things start to go against you. So having that in any of our strategies is definitely out of question, because you can't expect on a weekly time frame for that to happen. But as a concept, I'll definitely try to touch upon it. Next question is from Ramya. Some portfolio managers are going to send rebalance updates every Friday instead of Monday. Can we expect any such update from you, as the name itself is Weekend Investing? So we do update the portfolio at the end of the week, and that is why it is Weekend Investing, but you get the rebalance on Monday morning. Now the classical weekly definition of the price trends is Monday to Friday. So a proper weekly trend is Monday to Friday. You can always tweak it and say, I'm going to take Tuesday to Thursday as my week. But our studies show, and I have done extensive studies on this, that there is no better result than a Monday to Friday type of a weekly session, because the 2-day break that you get after Friday, that creates a very different kind of a change in price signals if they have to. Also this stems from the fact that people want to close positions or go home on a weekend without having much leverage, maybe, so on and so forth. So a lot of things happen on a Friday, and if you do a statistical analysis, you will find that the Friday's closing half an hour has the highest volume amongst all days of closing. So Friday's close is actually very important, and I don't think I want to give that up just because anybody else is doing it, and there are people who have been changing their strategies every now and then. So good luck to them. I really can't say more than that. Next question is again from Financial Guruji. In live index Google Sheets, can you please include EMA graphs also? It will help us directly. So we have been trying to do this. It's a bit challenging, but we will still try to do this and to include some graphs, whether here or we can probably link it somewhere else. I'll request my back office to definitely try to do this. Next question is again from Financial Guruji. Assuming that markets will fall or correct further, first of all, we cannot make any assumption like this. I cannot forecast. Okay, so we would be moving to cash eventually. So assuming in 1-2 months, small cases like ATH2, MI25, Allcap will be in cash mostly. Will it make much sense if we continue doing SIP? Yes, so first of all, don't try to forecast. Second is, in case even if some strategies move to cash, keep deploying your cash in the liquid Bs so as to just be being prepared for the move whenever it comes. If you will not allocate your capital here, it will get deployed somewhere else and then you will be stuck when the actual moves comes. So my sense is that once you're following a strategy, please try to follow it to the maximum and not try to do value engineering on top of every step. You could do that, but I have found that people will get their capital stuck somewhere else, and when it is needed, they are not able to get it out. So it is better that let it lie around till you get a new opportunity. Next question is from Ashok. When will MT Allcap be available to subscribe? Okay, good question, and I don't know if I should be disclosing this right now, but all the 4 blocked strategies, MIATH, MIATH2, MI Allcap and MI25 will be open for a few days next month during the Diwali weekend as a small gesture of the festivities, and there are limited slots in each of them. We will announce the details. Only the annual plans will be open, and feel free to subscribe at that point of time. So I'll give you the exact date, but it will be that long weekend around Diwali when this will be open. Next question is from BM. You said high beta stocks only outperform the market if there is a positive or negative momentum. High beta will perform if market is not doing anything, there's slight movement in the market, high beta will go higher than that. But okay, I'll take your point on that. If market goes sideways, then stocks take more hit. And since gold is also sideways, how can we hedge such a scenario? I think this question is full of if this, if that. So I don't know. I mean, we've been sideways or downwards or upwards many times, and the results are there in front of you. I don't think we have to again theoretize. What would happen. High beta momentum stocks may go out of your portfolio. You may sit on cash. You may sit on defensive stocks for some time until the high beta stocks come back. So I don't know how to really answer that question. Bhavya is asking the next question. When will the small case feature that lets the good time for rebalance coming? So Smallcase has launched a tool where you can test what would have been the returns if you had rebalanced at the end of the day and at the end of the next day. Only 2 options have been given so far, and I really don't agree having a delay of 1 day or 2 days for this, because results will be all over the place if you do that. But this is just a sort of a a tool to assess in case you were late by a day or by 2 days, what would have happened. So in strategies which have low churn, which are high or large cap oriented, there is very little difference. Strategies which have higher churn, which are faster moving, which have more of small and mid cap stocks, they will have lot of difference. So this is the two characteristics of that. Next question is from MK. SGB new issues are priced higher than the ones that are already available and trading in the exchanges. Does it make sense to buy an existing SGB? So usually existing SGBs provide better value. We have done in the past some daily bytes where we have given you the even calculators on how to calculate the yield. So if let's say August 28 was the highest issued SGB, so the dividend is the highest there, and if the new oncoming SGB has a price higher than that, then it won't make any sense. So it all depends upon the maturity period. It all depends upon the 6 monthly dividend that is going to come in, whether that is cumulative at that point of time or not. So just calculate based on that and you will know. But in general, you will find that there is a discount on the existing outstanding SGBs, but that has reduced since the last year. There is more interest in SGBs now, and that discount has reduced considerably. Next question is from Mr. Patra. Can we extend or modify the XIRR tool to include subscription charges similar to dividend to get more accurate XIRR? So you can include a negative dividend sort of on any date, and that will give you a outflow of subscription charges for you. You can do that for sure. We can have our team modify the tool also in case you would like us to do that. We can do that. Next question is from Ratnesh. I am subscribed to max amount in MI20. If my index goes much down, can I add amount to my average? I would think you would be able to add, but I am not so sure about this. Let me check with Smallcase on this. So please drop us an email and we'll respond to you. Next question is from Darshit. For gradually adding gold as a hedge to any strategy, say NNF10, how do we go about it? So let's say you are on 1st January 2022 and you want to hedge 25%. So whatever is your exposure in NNF10, if you want to, let's say, keep it at 75%, 1/3 of that you buy gold and consider the entire thing as your portfolio. So if NNF10 allocated is 6 lakhs, you add 2 lakhs of gold, and so total of 8 lakhs portfolio is where what you can calculate. I hope I got your question right. 10% gold hedge would be around. So basically you get the idea, right? I mean the allocation is 75-25, 50-50, 80-20. So just keep that allocation and rebalance it at the end of every year if you want to do that. I would think that's a good thing to do. So just keep rebalancing at the end of every year into 80-20 or 75-25 and continue to invest. Whatever new money you are bringing into the pie, you can segregate again in the same proportion and do it that way. In case it is still not clear to you, please send me a mail. I'll further clarify this. Next question is from Nimit. I do monthly SIP in a strategy. Will a rebalance update bring my portfolio in line with the original one? No. So in case you are running a strategy with wrong constituents, a rebalance update, and invest more will keep investing in those wrong constituents, but a rebalance update will bring you back to the original portfolio. Yes, it will do that. Since with SIP it will be buying worst performing stocks. Yes, that can happen. So if the SIP size is small, it will first go into the worst performing stocks. That will happen. Anurag is asking, is it possible to start showing the current drawdowns in the daily byte? It is already available live on Weekend Investing Hub, and we update that sorry, not live, on a daily basis. Avoid opening hub dailies, one click. If you can do that, we'll see if we can put it in the daily byte, because that daily byte screen is already so crammed. If we put more data into it, the size of the statistic will even become smaller. But I'll give this feedback and see what my manager will do. Skanda is asking the next question. In your previous DP, you had mentioned that your exits still turn a profit when a stock is losing momentum because of the early entry. But this is fully true only on lump sum investment. For someone on SIP, it can turn into loss or lesser gain. How do we balance this? So SIP is very different from lump sum. You can't have lump sum returns in SIP, and you can't have SIP returns in lump sum. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. So basically you can't have the cake and eat it too. If you're going to bring in money through SIPs, there will be situations where your average will be higher and you will not make money on that stock. But then if the market goes into a downturn and then comes up, your average will be lower and you will be able to exit at a higher price versus the lump sum guys. So there is no real one answer to this. Amit is asking the next question. Whenever I do invest more lump sum investments, on that day value of index for my small case is quite low. I could not understand. Okay, so the basic point is that the index value shown by small case is not meant for multiple monies coming in or going out. It is meant for lump sum investing. They are building the XIRR tool, and we've also provided the XIRR tool, but the basic premise of that calculation is wrong for multiple entries of money. As this is shown here, that the portfolio index is calculated as total returns divided by money put in. So as soon as you put in more money, the returns are the same. So the denominator goes up and your value goes down, the index value. So it is a misleading indicator for multiple streams of money coming in or going out. You can send us mail and we'll send you more FAQs and videos that we made on this topic. There's a manual I think we have made, so we can share that with you. Vivek is asking the next question. I understand there was news of trading of US stocks in India, but any idea if we can have momentum strategy in current platforms like Indmoney? Are there any existing momentum strategies? So same query for crypto. So we will definitely explore US stocks. There are several small case like platforms available. Cryptos are a bit more difficult because the regulatory clarity is not there, especially for SEBI registered intermediaries, whether they can or they cannot deal with cryptos. So the cryptos may take time, but US stocks probably will happen sometime soon. Trading Ninja is asking the next question. A general question regarding momentum investing. How much can this strategy be scaled? Let's say we are investing in ATH and NF10 where there are only 10 stocks. How much money can go into one strategy without very high slippages? But this is a hypothetical question. It depends upon what kind of stock selections will happen in these particular counters. The stock selection in ATH is also dependent upon the money that is riding on ATH. So the NNF10, which is a high market cap stocks only, you should be able to sustain very large amounts of money running on it. But because of the market order nature of small case, we don't allow a higher we don't recommend a higher amount to be run. And also I would like to take this moment to tell about 1% of our users who have put in so much money into their accounts that it is like several folds of what is our recommendation, and that causes these market slippages sometimes. So what we are going to do is that we are going to send out a note to all of these users. We've requested them earlier also. We will stop resubscribing resubscription to their portfolios if they are continuing at these higher allocations, because this is hurting the smaller player. Weekend investing is largely a retail oriented strategy and a platform. We don't want ultra HNIs to come and ruin it for everybody. There can be other strategies for them, but despite recommendations, if people are not going to come to a reasonable level of near the recommended level, we are going to shut off the subscriptions. That is the unfortunate part that we'll have to do. Next question is from Vivek again. I understand there is okay, I've already seen this, maybe I've repeated this. Next question is from Papan Bhai. Jai Jinendra Alok ji, could you please show 10-20 years backtest of Allcap and ATH2? So Jai Jinendra Papan Bhai, we have a Allcap blog, I think for 15 to 20 years is the run in that. ATH2 we don't have that kind of backtest. Whatever backtest is available is already placed on the website, but Allcap backtest is there. If you can just go to weekendinvesting.com and go to the blog and search for that blog piece, it will come to you. Otherwise you can send us mail and we'll find it for you. Ishan is asking the next question. Please do a DB on average period of holding of stocks during a bear market versus bull market in a strategy like Allcap. Also the number of days total money is asked to sit on cash in the same strategy. Okay, this is a good idea. We will try to do this, Ishan, very soon. So we have come to the end of the Ask Weekend Investing round number 16. Thank you so much for your queries. I hope some of the queries got resolved. Those did not get resolved, or I was not able to give you a proper answer, please send us an email. We'll try it again. Any query that you have, you must send it to us. We want you to have absolute clarity over the process and the what we are doing here. So just give us a mail, send us a mail at support@weekendinvesting.com and we'll try to help you. Thank you for watching these videos, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.